most everyone, not everyone was drafted in the Korean War when we were involved with it, and Harold was at the right age. But Harold was the right age to be drafted. And he was in California, and it was in the winter time. And in those days, if you wanted to communicate, you did it through telegraph. And the telegraph office was in Park City, which was 20 miles away. So they would telegram. So when they received the telegram in Park City, they would call them the receiver of the telegram on the telephone. So one morning we got a call, and it said, Harold D. Winterton is in the hospital at Camp Roberts, California, with meningitis. Recovery at this time is questionable. So my mother, I don't know who else we called, but she called Grandpa Winterton, who was Harold's grandfather. Grandpa Winterton called back in a few minutes, or a short time, and he said, Susie, I think we need to get down there. So he bought tickets. We were snowed in. He said, I'll meet you down at the bottom of your lane in such and such a time. So my father and John took the team and sleigh and took Mom down and met Grandpa Winterton. They went to Salt Lake, bought a ticket, flew to California, and when they got there, Harold was sick. And my mother, when she came home, he recovered, of course. My mother said, I think likely he would have died if it hadn't have been for a black doctor. Now, we had segregation in those times. If it had not been for a black doctor who was really, really on the ball and really cared. If it hadn't, my feeling is if it hadn't been for him, Harold would have died.
That's what the nurses had told her.
And they also told her that if he didn't have such clean blood, pure blood, he would have died. But he hadn't smoked or drank coffee or tea or alcohol, and they said that saved him.
I think everybody needs to hear that. Come up to the microphone and say that.
Oh, you go ahead and say it.
Jim just said that my mother was also told by the medical staff there that one of the reasons that pulled him through because he had such pure, clean blood. It was not tainted with any alcohol, tobacco, drugs. I remember getting that telegram on the phone, and this made a big impression on me. Now, what's a young boy supposed to do when he finds out his older brother may die? Immediately, my father said, let's get on our knees and pray. That was a very powerful example and lesson. I don't remember the prayer, what was said, but I know that that's the source my father knew for comfort and blessings and healing.
I'm going to tell you a couple of quick stories that some of you know.